Have you ever wondered what makes humans the dominant species on Earth? What if I told you that our unique physical abilities, not just our brains, propelled us to the top of the food chain? Hey guys, it's Chris here. Today we're diving deep into the often overlooked aspects of human evolution. We'll explore how our ancestors, who were once insignificant beings in the African forests, evolved into the ecological game changers we are today. If you find this video interesting, please support us by hitting the like button. Now let's get started. With a world population of 8 billion, it's undeniable that humans are at the top of the current global ecosystem. Our advanced civilization and technology, born from our superior intellect, have shaped us into the Homo sapiens we are today. However, up until about 3 million years ago, humans were relatively insignificant in the grand scheme of things. The first humans who appeared in African forests were not only less intellectually developed, but also physically inferior to the predators of their time. They had neither the teeth for hunting, nor the sharp claws to threaten their prey. Between 3 and 4 million years ago, early humans primarily relied on their large, thick molars to consume plant roots and fruits. However, during the Pleistocene era, around 2.58 million years ago, the drying African climate led to the transformation of tropical forest into grasslands. This environmental transformation catalyzed human evolution, turning us into ecological game changers endowed with remarkable physical capabilities. What were these abilities? We will begin with the secret of how humans, before they were equipped with superior brains, came to dominate the race for survival. About 2.5 million years ago, as temperatures dropped across the globe, jungles began to give way to grasslands, and at the same time, the availability of plant food gradually declined, forcing early humans to turn to animals. For early humans, hunting was a new challenge. They lacked sophisticated tools and advanced intelligence. Their only advantage was bipedal locomotion, and even then, they were physically inferior to other predators of their time. So our ancestors developed a niche strategy. Their strategy involved hunting during daylight hours, taking advantage of the fact that many predators are less active during the day and prefer to hunt at night. Early humans strategically chose to hunt at midday, a time when most predators were inactive, allowing them to scavenge or hunt with less competition. Of course, this beginning was probably half direct hunting and half a carcass disposal strategy to seek out the carcasses of animals left uneaten by other prey animals. Regardless, the strategy of hunting during midday was pivotal. The strategy of hunting at noon had the advantage of avoiding competition from other predators, but it also came with the difficulty of heat. Approximately 2 million years ago, humans started losing body hair, and features like sweat glands evolved to help us regulate our body temperature. In other words, natural selection favored individuals who could better regulate their body temperature in hot environments. Thanks to this, humans can run longer distances than any other animal. Humans are inferior to cheetahs, lions, gazelles, and even chimpanzees in short-distance running. But the story changes when it comes to long-distance running. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on Earth, running at speeds of up to 74 miles per hour. However, once the distance exceeds 1.2 miles, they are unable to run any further. This limitation is due to their inability to dissipate the extreme heat generated during the run. Around 2 million years ago, humans lost their body hair and developed sweat glands, which allowed for more effective heat dissipation. This made it possible for them to pursue their prey until it became exhausted, and then they would always finish it off, so-called pursuit hunting. In fact, with the exception of wild horses and pronghorns, humans are truly the strongest long-distance runners. In 2004, Dennis Bramble, a biology professor at the University of Utah, published a study in Nature showing that humans began to have a body structure optimized for long-distance running about 2 million years ago. He attributed this to short arms that sway less when running and inward-facing thigh bones that keep the body balanced. Above all, he stated that the calf and buttock muscles, which are critical for running long distances, are much larger and stronger in humans than in chimpanzees. Another feature that makes humans stand out from chimpanzees is the strong Achilles tendon, which is located around the ankle. Professor Bramble argued that this tendon acts as a kind of spring, which would have allowed early humans to run for long periods of time, even with small amounts of energy. In summary, bipedalism altered our body shape 4 million years ago, and the evolution of sweat glands 2 million years ago turned us into endurance powerhouses, dominating the African landscapes. At about the same time, humans began to develop another physical ability that no other animals possess, that is throwing. Human babies can throw things surprisingly well, even from a young age. At first glance, this may not seem like a big deal, but of all the animals on Earth, only humans are capable of such throwing. In 2013, Dr. Neil Roach of Harvard University's Department of Human Evolutionary Biology reported in Nature that trained male chimpanzees can throw objects at speeds of about 20 miles per hour. This is far less than the average speed of a 12-year-old baseball player, which is 56 miles per hour, he said. Not to mention, of course, the hit rate. He went on to explain that mankind's ability to throw such a projectile evolved about 2 million years ago, along with our ability to run long distances. When the jungle was turning into grasslands, there were no tools of success like bows and arrows or sharp spears. He argued that along with the ability to run long distances to hunt animals, humans also came to have the ability to throw stones and animal bones at the same time. He said that his study of paleoanthropic fossils showed that from the time of Homo erectus, about 2 million years ago, the human shoulder bone began to lower, and with it, the humerus bone also changed so that it was at right angles to the torso axis, while allowing more energy to be transferred to the muscles and human body when throwing an object. He pointed out that the elongation of the hips made it easier to rotate the torso, thereby making it easier to throw objects with force. This anatomical change also allowed the elbows to be pulled back further, effectively doubling the energy transmitted to the shoulders. In fact, a comparison of chimpanzee and human throwers shows a clear difference in the force applied to an object when thrown. Thus, humans have become the first game changers in the global ecosystem by having endurance, followed by the ability to throw. They were able to hunt more animals based on their two abilities, and the meat they gained from this hunting became the basis for the epoch-making growth of the human brain. As they became better hunters, they were also able to secure surplus food, which allowed them to devote more time to more sophisticated activities, such as education and the creation of learning tools. These activities must have led to the invention of fire, and human populations began to boil various foods over fire and eat them, the so-called Culinary Revolution, and the ability to consume these softer foods created space for the brain to grow larger by reducing the number of chewing muscles, and the more efficient intake of nutrients through fire led to the evolution of brain size. The growth of the human brain paved the way for the development of more sophisticated tools, language, and culture, culminating in the civilized societies we know today. It's so inspiring to consider that abilities we often take for granted today were once groundbreaking milestones in human evolution. Perhaps the next big turning point in our lives could also come from something seemingly ordinary. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. Take care and see you in the next video. Goodbye!